Hello golfers, this is Bob Laskin with 2minutegolf.com talking about golf course management and strategy on the golf course. Here's a great example of Augusta National, and this is the first fairway, and this is 330 yards, so they don't want you carrying that bunker. Maybe Bubba can, but they don't want you carrying it. So there used to be bunkers over here, and then they brought in, and this bunker was not here, and it was a pretty generous fairway. And old school, before they had driving ranges, it was fairly typical to have a nice big wide fairway. Good, just get you off the tee and get you moving. And these guys are so warmed up, they've made this a nice tight driving hole. This is a big slope here. Shorter hitters have a tough time just getting it to the top where they have a view of this kind of slopey green, a little bit of a hog's back there. So let's talk about the first tee jitters. Ben Hogan said he liked to take a little extra time, walk slower, practice swing slower, because you're kind of nervous on the first tee. Byron Nelson got real nervous every day before he played a tournament in the morning. He would upset stomach. And so, that's normal. So, first tee, if you're having those jitters, just, walk a little slower. But I think the main thing is stick to your routine. Your routine will always save you. So if you go through a routine that you're very familiar with, you'll feel at home anywhere. Friendly match, big tournament, doesn't matter. So let's talk about this hole. And, at 330, so, probably the average players are hitting it out in here. Nice shot into the green from there. And you can see this bunker is really deep. I mean, this is like very deep. This is pitching wedge 9-iron, just get it out. Those guys are so strong that they can probably get it out and get it up on the green. But from out here, once you've teed off and you've got a fairly good shot at this green, on the first hole especially, just trying to hit middle of the green in regulation. David Graham used to say he liked to hit it 15 feet on the first hole and just two-putt, because then his expectations didn't raise. Well, I want a birdie on the first hole. Give me a birdie on every hole. But the point is just to get off to a nice, calm start is really important. So, just trying to hit the green, hit the fairway. So here for the second shot at Augusta, we're moving in here, and it really depends on where the pin is. This is a huge slope off here. So if that pin's there and you're going for this pin and you end up down here, I mean, this is a very delicate chip. If it's not perfect, it can just keep coming back to you. So you just hit it in the middle of the green, take your 4 and walk to the next par 5. And so over here, this slopes off behind. It's a very difficult green. And so like kind of at Pinehurst, where it's kind of a hog's back, and you'd rather be in this bunker than short over here if that pin's up front. So a lot of it depends where the pin is, but basically, first hole, if you can just get up there, hit in the middle of the green, take your par. If the pin's in the middle, it's a green flag, then you can go for it and just maybe have a chance at birdie. So what I would call a green flag is something that you can just go for, without any consequences if it's left or right, long or short. And, like a red flag, like a pin would be here, this would be like a red zone, like a no-go zone. Because if you're hitting here, you've got this danger. And, momentum is so key. You don't want to start out in trouble. Just hit the green. And that's kind of back in here, kind of a red pin back in here too, because you just would want to hit this into the middle of the green. So, we're talking about first tee jitters, getting off to a good start, sticking to your routine, making a nice par on the first hole. Pins, red pins, yellow pins kind of an intermediate maybe, green pins, pretty good. And when they set up these courses, they're trying to give you 6 tough pins, 6 medium pins, 6 easy pins. That's fairly a normal setup. You'll hear a lot of guys saying practice rounds, the guy shot 59, but it was in a practice round, and in the practice round they put the pins in the middle because they don't want to use all the pin placements and people stepping on those spots. So I think that's a real interesting part of course management. So we're going to go through the whole course and talk about course management, and we're going to use Augusta National, and you'll have a better appreciation of the tournament and how you can play it and how they're going to play it. Look forward to a great Masters.